A military coup brought General Jorge Videla into power. Nazi and U.S. trained military tortured political dissidents. Amnesty International estimates 15,000 murdered and another 15,000 disappeared to secret detention camps. General Muhammad Zia-ul-Haq executed his elected predecessor, Zulfikar Ali Bhutto. The United States provides $3 billion in aid, half of it for weapons. Up until 1979, drugs were virtually non-existent in Pakistan. But by 1984, Pakistan was supplying 70% of the world's heroin. Dissidents were jailed and tortured. The United States-backed dictator Anastasio Somoza II fell from power and was replaced by democratically elected leader of the Marxist Sandinistas. In turn, CIA gave money to Somoza's rebels called Contras. Instead of land reform and solutions of poverty, the Contras slaughtered tens of thousands of Sandinistas. Civil war breaks out after the right-wing military dictator Roberto de Abuisin kills Archbishop Oscar Romero. The United States trained Salvadoran death squads squash rebelling peasants. Washington, D.C. school-trained Alfredo Cristini leads death squads until 1992. 63,000 Salvadorian Freedom Fighters were killed. The original Banana Republic. The United States gave military aid to Honduras in exchange for territory to help support El Salvadoran death squads. President Suazo Cordova also worked with the United States to set Honduras up to be the training center for Nicaraguan Contras. The United States trained, financed, and militarily equipped Osama bin Laden and the Mujahideen to combat invading Soviets. Osama bin Laden later founded the jihadist organization Al-Qaeda, and well, you know the rest. General Efrain Rios Montt, who was a student of the School of Americas, seized Guatemala control with CIA support. Within 2 years, 400 Indian villages were destroyed, 13,000 Indians were massacred, and President Reagan saying Montt was totally dedicated to democracy. The United States supported militarily President Botha's apartheid regime despite a United Nations boycott and congressional efforts to reduce United States investments. Botha's police force would amputate civilians, rape women, kill parents, and then recruit their children to fight. The United States says it would back Iraqi Kurds in a coup to overthrow Saddam Hussein, but when the Kurds attacked, the United States failed to assist. As a result, Saddam retaliated with gassing the Kurds, killing over 5,000. General Manuel Noriega was smuggling drugs and in direct contact with President Bush. Noriega refused the U.S.'s demands to invade Nicaragua and attempted to reclaim the Panama Canal. The United States invaded Panama with 26,000 troops to retain the canal, killing at least 3,000 Panamanians. Noriega was imprisoned for life. The National Endowment for Democracy, a United States program that provides funds to promote favored political parties abroad, spent $2 million in Bulgaria's first democratic election. The $2 million was spent to prevent the Bulgarian Socialist Party from gaining power, but they won, so the United States prompted a 6-month destabilization campaign. The Reagan-Bush administration frequently assisted Saddam Hussein with money, agricultural credits, technology, chemicals, and weapons during the Iran-Iraq War. Eventually, Clinton's administration enforced sanctions on Iraq, resulting in the deaths of over 1 million Iraqis. The United States supported Shell Oil Company's business with Nigeria's President Abacha, despite an international outcry to boycott Nigerian oil. Abacha executed numerous pro-democracy activists and over 700 environmentalists protesting the destruction of land from Shell oil extractions. In response to al-Qaeda bombings of United States embassies, the U.S. bombed a chemical plant in Khartoum, but it turned out to be a pharmaceutical plant. It provided basic medication for most of the entire country. Sudanese deaths were estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands. The United States initiated the $1.3 billion Plan Colombia to eradicate drug plantations by aerial fumigation using the level 3 toxin glyphosate. The chemical not only causes severe environmental damage, but human and health damage as well. Bush Jr. expanded the program to Ecuador, Peru, Bolivia, and Afghanistan. In the midst of a civil war between the Kosovo Liberation Army and the Yugoslav government, United States and NATO allies bombed and launched missiles. The strikes meant to destabilize the government, though many destroyed hospitals, churches, homes, and even the Chinese embassy. 2,000 were killed. Third largest oil provider to the United States, President Hugo Chavez, an anti-globalization proponent, renewed control of his oil industry. Washington responded with a coup that ousted Chavez, but the following day Chavez returned to power by the help of popular uprising. The United States government invaded in response to 9/11 attacks to kill Osama bin Laden and to destabilize the Taliban government that was protecting him. Over 15,000 total have been killed, 28,000 have been detained, and Osama bin Laden remains at large as of August 2008. Claiming Iraq had weapons of mass destruction and was linked to Al-Qaeda, the United States invaded and initially called its invasion Operation Iraqi Liberation. Weapons of mass destruction and a link to Al-Qaeda proved to be untrue, while over 4,000 U.S. soldiers and 100 Iraqi civilians were killed as of August 2008.